If you're trying to get better at PvP in Escape from Tarkov, some of the most common advice you've probably heard is be aggressive, shift W, peeker's advantage, something like that. And while that is definitely true, Tarkov PvP does often favor the aggressor, that can also be a trap that I see a lot of people fall into. The other side of that coin is knowing how to use that aggression effectively means knowing when to slow down or even pause the aggression and back off of a fight. If you're playing against someone much better than you and you're being overly aggressive, they can use that to their advantage and basically force you to do all the work for them, and they pick up a free and easy kill. So in this episode of Lessons from Beyond the Grave, we're going to take a look at a few clips from my stream where I died because I was being overly aggressive. Talk about what went wrong and what I should have done instead. If you like videos like this, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, and letting me know. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in. So the way this works is we'll watch the clip back in its entirety and then kind of go back and talk through what went wrong. I've got a few examples here. They're mostly on streets. I'm in a fight with this guy and this happens. That's good to know. Oh, that was a great... Man. So as you can see, I was playing very aggressive there. I was moving. I tried to toss a nade. I heard this guy. Audio in Tarkov is obviously kind of crazy, so you never know where they're going to be. I open the door. I back up. I hear him shoot a bunch. I thought he was closer in this hallway, but then as I was getting closer, I heard him jump in, so I'm not sure where he was originally. But the point is I was just trying to be aggressive here. I was trying to push. I swing by this cover, which was good. Instead of just exposing myself, I swing all the way to the other cover to gain information. I obviously just shoot because I know he's close and I'm not sure exactly where he is, but I kind of pick up the information that he's on my left here. I swing by. He dumps a lot of ammo. I thought maybe he was going to go for a reload, so I want to re-peek pretty aggressively here, and this is where I make my mistake. Watching it back, it's so simple. It's so easy. It's like, why did you just chase that man around that corner? But I just had that shift W mentality. I see him here. I thought he was going to go for a reload. He didn't. He starts running around that corner, and I just feel like I can get it done here, but this wall is obviously in my way. And the important thing here is not only am I in a position where I'm messing up, I'm not doing the right thing, I'm putting all my shots into this wall here, but also the way this is set up is I had the opportunity to do the right thing, which was just back up. This wasn't like he was throwing bullets at me too, and my only option here was to hope that I would eventually hit him. Because this cover is here, the thing that's actually in front of me blocking me is my own saving grace as well. All I had to do was turn around, and there are a myriad of different ways I could have re-engaged with this fight. I could have tried to bait him into a push. I could have tried to bait him into a reload. Because he didn't there, that meant his mag was already about half empty. I could have run all the way down the hall out onto the street and completely re-engaged with this guy in a different way. But instead, I had that shift W on the brain. I just kept pushing around the corner. I've got a Val with 30 round mags. I run out of ammo. He turns around and has some ammo left in his mags, and boom, he drops me. So this was a super clear example where I didn't have to die. I had all of the ingredients I needed for a good play here, but I just kind of was being super aggressive, and it cost me. Now here we have a different clip, different place on streets as well, but similar thing happens. We'll go ahead and watch this one and then break it down. Yep, that door doesn't spawn open. I gotta make sure he's not up on the third floor. So very similar situation in that I had everything I needed to not have that happen to me. I could have just backed up. You kind of see me right here realize that that door doesn't spawn open, and I'm not sure where these guys are. I heard people in here. That's why I chased them in here. I know that door at the end of the hall doesn't spawn open. I don't know how many there are, but I had the kind of foresight to say, hey, instead of running down this long hallway where somebody could be, I need to make sure nobody's upstairs, because if there is somebody at the end of the hall and somebody upstairs, then I'm going to be pinched and I'm going to be in a really bad position. So I know that I can just like run up, round this corner and hop upstairs and just clear that. Now, I really did expect them to be down on that second floor. I didn't expect them to be upstairs here. However, very similar thing where I've got all the cover that I need, and I see this guy pre-firing me. So I even have the audio and visual cue that this guy's pre-firing me, and that allows me the opportunity to back up because I am in cover. And even if there is somebody down on second, I would be pinched, but at least I have this cover where they both can't shoot at me at the same time. But instead, same exact thing. I've just got my finger glued to the W key, and I just think I even start shooting too. I just think I can start pre-firing and put my gun in his face and kill him. I felt like maybe a little desync there just on like where his gun was positioned and where my gun was positioned. He's off to the right here, but I definitely should have lost this fight. I didn't do what I should have done, which was just back up. Now, this guy pre-firing me, I could have used to my advantage by just backing up, seeing how much of his mag he wanted to dump out there, and then pushing a reload or baiting out more shots. A lot of times if somebody's going to pre-fire you, they're going to pre-fire you again, and they're going to pre-fire you again. And you can utilize that to basically wear out their magazine and then push a reload. Overall, this is the very same situation. I should have just backed up and re-engaged. I could have gone all the way down to the first floor and reset this fight if I thought there was someone on second. I could have thrown a grenade all the way down the hall on second, cleared that, and then if nobody was there, I could have just known that this was the one enemy and I can engage him. There's a lot I could have done. Anything but just gluing my forehead to the W key here would have been a better option. Now, coming right off that last clip where that guy was pre-firing me, I wanted to give an example of what I could have done, of what to do in a situation like that, where you can use somebody's aggression and you can use somebody's pre-firing to your advantage. So this is a separate clip on streets. I know somebody is right here directly to my right, and this is how I played this different situation. He's directly in this right corner. Now, that final peak there was super aggressive, but it was under a completely different context. So I know this guy's right here. I'm trying to use my aggression a little bit more passively. Instead of the first thing I do is push all the way out into his line of fire, I kind of like run up and run directly into the wall. I'm trying to see if I can get him out of that corner. I know in a situation like this, if I pull a nade, he pushes me and I die, and I want to fight this guy, but I have to turn that right corner, which means I have to expose my left shoulder first. He can pre-fire that. So I know I'm not in a great position here, so I try to use my aggression a little bit more passively. I run into the wall and then back up to see if he's going to push me. The other thing I'm utilizing here is the elevation. Because as I back up, I put my head lower and lower and lower. If he's shooting head height, he's going to shoot over my head. I kind of back up. He's not taking the bait there, so I push up, stick my gun out, wiggle it, and that gets him to pre-fire. Now I back up again, pull myself much lower. He crosses the door. Obviously, I kind of cucked myself with the railing here, but now he has no idea what I'm going to do. Now he's heard me push directly into the wall, even though he never saw me. He saw me push out and wiggle my gun, baiting him into a pre-fire. Now he has no idea what I'm going to do, even though he's hearing me push, and I just run straight by him. He doesn't even shoot his gun at me that time. He maybe gets one bullet off, and I can just super wide swing ego it because he's confused. So coming off of that last clip where the enemy gave me the opportunity to do that, he started pre-firing me as I was coming up those stairs, and I could have utilized that to bait out more shots in a similar way that I did here, but I didn't. So I just wanted to kind of show the opposite side there. I've got one more clip showing off a little bit of over-aggression, so let's go ahead and check that out. So this last clip also on streets kind of shows when map knowledge gets in your way and being able to react to that information just as much as you should be able to react to what your enemy's doing or what you're doing. So we'll go ahead and watch this one.
Is he in the factory?
Yep. Oh, I didn't know that gate was there. He got me. So as you can see, I employed a lot of those same tactics. I was trying to keep a right side peek on him. I even ran up here and did the little gun wiggle. I was a little overexposed, so he hit me in the arm, but I was still able to bait out some shots there. And as soon as I went for that really tight right side peek, boom, I'm confronted with this. Now, This is a part of the map I don't know very well, and because of that, when I turned this corner, I was expecting just a long straight brick wall and the ability to just like shoot at him, and if he shoots back, get back into cover. And this really threw me for a loop, and this is kind of exactly what I'm talking about. Instead of reacting to this information and being like, nope, that's not a good angle to hold, I just had that Shift W mentality. I swung it and I just kept swinging it. I just put myself wider and wider, exposing myself. He gets good shots on me through the gate because he's stationary, and then swings the gate. I get aim punched, and boom. Even without the aim punch here, I was going to die. I was in the much, much worse position. So this is where not every map on every place on every right side peak, you're always going to know exactly like the map knowledge and know what's going to be there, but being able to react to that. Once again, I am up against hard cover, and right here I should have just fallen back. I should have pressed A, moved back around the cover, and maybe thrown a grenade and done a wider peek, or pushed through and taken a left side on him. There's a lot of different ways I could play this. I could have even gone upstairs and tried to get an angle down on him. There's a lot of ways to reset this fight, but just continuing to like crouch strafe out into the open was definitely not the play. So hopefully these clips kind of help you break down how to be aggressive. Being aggressive is good. I've been trying to be much more aggressive in PvP, and I've been feeling like I've been getting a lot better as a result. But hopefully this kind of showed that there's more to it than just Shift W. There's more to it than just push. Learning how to use your opponent's aggression against them, learning how to use yours effectively and slow down and back up can be really, really important. If you like this video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch 6 days a week. All my links will be down below. And if you're looking for people to play Tarkov with, our Discord community is an awesome place to be. That link is down below as well. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.